Hello there, and welcome to Beginner Sewing Guide with days. Doesn't sound right, but anyway, this is the long-awaited video. I've been getting requests for. If you don't know me, I go by Dazed, and I am known for my upcycling and little sewing videos I do on TikTok and Instagram. Now we're here on YouTube, and I'm so excited to get in depth with my tutorials. But today we're starting off with the very basics to sewing, because there's a lot of you guys that don't know how to sew, and I want you guys all to know because it is just such like a necessity to have. So I'm gonna show you guys how it works, how to start, and just how to know how to create a seam, and just again the bare minimum just to get you guys started, because I want us all to know how to sew. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, starting off, I'm going to show you guys how you thread your machine. Also, don't mind my nails, I was just dyeing my fabric from my Lily dress video. I'll show you guys how to thread your bobbin, which is very important because it's going to go at the bottom of your machine here, and you're going to need both of these. So you're going to start off by taking your thread and put it under here like so, and then you're going to loop it around just like the directions up top say, if that's not obvious already. Your bobbin, put it here, and then just loop this around a few times till it's nice and tight on there, and then I just hook it onto the part that it cuts off, and then slide it in, lock it in place. Now I turn on my machine, and now you're just going to use the gas pedal to thread it, and I like to hold on to it because I'm impatient and I want it to go as fast as possible, and this just prevents it from falling off as I'm threading it. After your bobbin is threaded, you're going to unhook it from the little circle piece up top and then hook it around the two hooks in the middle of your machine. Then you're going to hook it into the hook above the needle, and then I'm just going to place the thread through the needle like always. Next, I'm just taking off the cap of the bobbin tray and then placing the bobbin in the thing and looping it, and make sure that it's facing the right way. Always have the thread facing counterclockwise. Once your bobbin is securely in the tray and your needle is threaded, you're going to want to place the needle downwards to loop the bottom thread from the bobbin up. Once it's visible, you could just pull it out. Now, going over controls, this one controls the speed at which you sew, and then this button is for the back stitching, which I'll go into later. As for the top controls, this one controls the length, and then this one controls the width. This is important when you want to do gathering and other types of stitches. Okay guys, so I'm just going to take the shirt I'm working on for a TikTok video, and I'm going to show you guys how I would upcycle it. So I don't know if you guys could see on the shirt, I kind of did like a faint line with chalk. And so when you're sewing a seam, you're going to always want right sides together and the wrong sides facing out. So this is the wrong side of the fabric. All right, so laying your shirt flat, cut it like this, and remember this is inside out, so you can see the seams and everything. And now I'm just gonna go in and put your foot down. Make sure there's no bunching up underneath. Make sure it's completely flat. Oh my gosh, if I could get it flat. So that way when it turns inside out, there's no tucks or anything. And then I'm gonna start off slow so I can show you guys. I'm gonna drive, and now I'm gonna sew forward. And so when you first start your stitch for your seam, you're going to back stitch after going forward like 2 times, and then you're gonna backstitch at least 2 times. I just kind of overdo it sometimes, and then because I don't really count, but that's how you start your stitch line off. And you're going to sew just like you would like driving a car. So if you want to go faster, you're going to put more pressure on the pedal. So it's just like driving, and then you turn the fabric according to what direction you want the needle to go. And it'll get easier as you keep doing it. But as you can see, I'm just guiding it along the line. And I'm taking it in a lot, so probably like about 2 inches. Once I get to the end of my line, you're going to want to backstitch again just to make sure that seam is secure. Then you're going to lift up your needle before pulling it out, and there you are. And then you just cut off that excess. Perfect. So now I'm going to show you guys how to hem. Usually I just free ball it when it comes to hemming, meaning like I don't pin it, I just fold and sew and pray. I might as well show you guys how to actually properly hem. So I did a terrible job cutting, but I like to use the rule of thumb of the 1/4 inch because I think it works perfectly with everything I work with. But I'm gonna fold this over 1/2 inch, and this is gonna be, you usually hem on raw edges like this. I'm just going to be pinning this down like so, and I like to pin it in a vertical, it's vertical, right? Vertical position. I like to pin in this vertical direction. That way when I'm sewing, I don't break any needles, because if I were to pin it, say, this way, if I were to pin it this way, when sewing along the edge, I most likely will run into it more often than I would this, because it's taking up more of the area where I'm sewing. So like that. Make sure to do that back stitch. So that's like a gist of like the necessities of what you need to sew. You really mainly only need to know is how to create a seam and how to hem, and from there you could really create anything once you put your mind to it. And I know it sounds cheesy, but it's really true. It's like, if you really just think of how a garment's constructed, and you look at look at you know, your own clothing, and you really start to examine, okay, so there's a seam here, there's a seam here, and I'll go in more in another video about pattern making and all that, but for now I want to start it off simple so you guys can alter your own clothing. I'll make sure to link all the tools I used in this video down below in the description. Just thank you guys so much again for even wanting to watch a tutorial from me. It means the world to me, and I can't be more grateful for just all the support, you guys. And if you're new, please stay tuned, because I have more tutorials and more stuff on the way. Subscribe, follow me on TikTok, Instagram. I am just so excited to share all my tricks and everything with you guys. So thank you so much.